Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we're going to be looking at the Halo 3 Brute Bodyguard from McFarlane. He stands to the top of his helmet just shy of 6 3/4 inches tall without the helmet on, just shy of 6.5 inches tall, so we'll count that as an accessory. They do tend to warp in the packaging, but they're soft, so a little hot water will fix that. Other accessories include the Brute Shot. I'm missing his handle. It has a handle. It snaps into these little peg holes right there. And there. I don't know where it went. There it is. So it's a little tiny piece that probably should have gotten glued in, or maybe it was and it just pops out easily, I don't know. But so there's the Brute Shot. Great detail. Looks perfect compared to in-game. Maybe a little shininess would have been nice for the blade, but still, really cool piece. It has a peg hole for weapon placement. Really nice accessory. Good size too, compared to the figure. They did a good job with the scaling. And he comes with a spike grenade, which are super brittle and they warp easily and break easily, so be really careful with these things. But they did a nice job detailing it and a decent job painting it. Let's look at the figure himself. Same exact articulation as the other Brutes except for the hips. Everything else is about the same. Oh yeah, the wrists also. So this is the newest mold, or not newest, newer mold from the first two, so he's got some new features. I'll cover that when we get there. The head on a ball joint, so that's about the same as the original batch. Really nice looking head sculpt, nice paint, nice sculpt, nice everything. Paint everywhere is really good. While we're here, might as well point it out. The metallic blue here, it's like a pearlescent type of metallic blue. Really cool looking. They painted the little lights in there. The texturing on the fur and the skin. Just really good job. Okay, so back to the articulation. Shoulders are on ball hinges with a bicep swivel built in. Shoulder pad doesn't really get in the way too much unless you want to go straight up to the side. But the way they made it, it doesn't really hinder the articulation too bad. He's got a ball or a pivot for the elbow or a hinge with a swivel at the forearm, and then the wrists also have a hinge with a swivel. So that's the new articulation for the wrist. I like this much better. It's a lot better looking. As you can see, the armor tucks into itself, so that looks really nice. It hides the articulation pretty well. The torso is on a ball joint, but you're mostly just going to use it for the swivel because it doesn't have a huge range of motion everywhere else. Quality control wasn't the best in these early waves. You can see a little bit of glue or something on there, but yeah, you can just hide that with his arm. Okay, so the hips now are a little bit different. They don't have all those different parts. It's just the one that's on a ball joint, and then this part that swivels. Of course, everything's all stuck, but it's a ball joint with a swivel. Little less articulation. You know what? Maybe it's not stuck. Maybe it is just the ball joint. Sorry guys, it's been a while since I've looked at this figure. Should have looked at it closer before I started. I think it's just the ball joint, but it's still pretty good range of motion, so I'm not going to complain too much. The knees have a hinge. They swivel at the thigh and at the top of the calf now. It's kind of tight, but it does have that. And then the ankles have a ball joint that swivels at the foot, at the ankle, and it has the hinge. So pretty similar articulation, not quite the exact same, but equally as effective. Really cool looking figure. I do like the Brute figures a lot. Having him hold the Brute Shot is a completely different story. As you can see, there's no real handle. You're supposed to hold it like right here, and his hands are not sculpted for that at all. So you're gonna have to use some hot water and really try hard to get it in there. But still, it's a really cool figure and I do recommend it. For 10 bucks, 12 bucks, which was what it retailed for, definitely worth the money. I don't know what they're going for now, but it's still a really cool figure, so I do suggest you pick it up. Thanks for watching guys. Stay tuned for more Halo figure reviews and other figure reviews and customs and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.